Here it is for you guys, one last video of the day. Over here in the UK, it is fast approaching midnight, if you can see in that top corner, got 50 minutes to go. However, if you are in the US or in other places around the world, you may be at an earlier or later time. But regardless, the markets are shut, and it gives us a lot of time to reflect on what has happened in the day, and also look at what we are expecting into tomorrow. Now, as far as predictions go, I don't like to make them too much, but what I can do with you guys is share some quality DD that I have found. Now, I must say credit to all of these people who have published this, but yes, and I will be giving a little bit of my predictions. Now, again, not too much because I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, if you do want to hear it, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, remember, this is not financial advice, it's only my opinions and theories from others, but yes, do subscribe if you haven't already done so. Now, once more, as I highlighted earlier, I want to point out the fact that this is trending on Twitter. Actually, two of these are trending. So I've seen AMC Strong and AMC We Love the Stock. Now, we've seen a few others of these trending too, but these really are coming up, onto a very popular list. Now, I think this shows the strength that we as a community have. We've seen so many tweets about this in such a short period of time, so for people who say that this movement is dead, it obviously isn't, because people are still talking about it quite a lot, whether it be on Twitter, Reddit, or other sites. Anyway, come down here and we see this update from 28 minutes ago coming from Kryptonic Revolution. You can see their username over here, so shout out to them as our first poster of DD. So Nancy Pelosi's husband bought 95,000 shares of AMC. In the last 2 years, every stock that they have bought has had a massive spike and steady growth in the past 3 years. So I am loading the boat. Now, there is some truth to that, of course, with Nancy Pelosi's husband buying, and obviously the fact that a lot of the stocks that they have bought have done quite well, and that is one of the pieces of DD that we're going to bring you guys first. Again, that does not necessarily indicate too much, but I think it is worth mentioning. Now, this second one is somewhat funny and also true. We're seeing an update from Coach Neighbor, I believe it is 01. This is on Reddit r/AMC stock. Now, this user has gone on to post about when Credit Suisse hedge fund said that AMC stock is going to 155. Well, guess who's out of business now? And sure enough, swipe across, we can see an update, and it speaks about the fact that Credit Suisse has had to lay off New York employees as it shuts down its hedge fund division. And if all is going so well, why have they done that? Now, of course, Credit Suisse in their hedge fund, is it too significant regarding AMC? Probably not. But yes, they did say that about AMC. Have they incurred losses, I should say, from this? Of course, we do not know for sure. But one thing that we do know is, I think it shows that whilst the hedge funds may be playing it cool on the surface, in the sense that they are not showing that they are losing, some of them are starting to crumble as time goes on. I think this is just another indication of that, so that's one thing that we have to look at. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys, because I think this one is a bit more significant, everybody says that the house is always right. Hedge funds are always going to win, and retail investors like us are always going to lose. Well, when it comes to the retail part, we have seen GameStop in the past, and arguably AMC in January of 2021, but what I want to point out is the fact that the big funds can lose as well. Now, I'm going to bring you guys an update on Ken Griffin, who of course is a Chicago-based financier who obviously owns Citadel, and he has lost money on British Airways bet. So I am assuming that he betted against British Airways, and guess what? It actually went on to hurt him financially. So they always say that we are going to lose when it comes to this one, but obviously in this instance we can see his two funds sold a 166 per share, I believe it is, short position, a bet of about £130 million against the BA owner, and they of course went on to lose. So just another example of what's going on both at hedge funds and, in the minds and in the business plans, if you will, of some of the hedge fund owners, specifically that one who a lot of people think is instrumental to what is going on with AMC at the moment. Now, the last thing that I want to bring you guys as far as DD is concerned is coming from fearless_beyond69 on Reddit r/AMC stock, and this one was published 5 hours ago. Everyone needs to stop crying about how the price is dropping so low. This is what we've all been prepared for in the last year, and it shows how impatient hedgies have become. People talk about them getting into our heads. Look at what we've done to theirs. Just think of the desperation they must be feeling when they spend billions to tank the price, and we don't care. We've got this, so sit back and enjoy, apes. I think there is a lot of truth to this, in the sense that it costs them an awful lot of money to run the price of AMC down. Over time, they have spent a fortune on this, we know it. It took us a short period of time for AMC to run from the low prices it was at up to 70, but it's taken us months to come down from 70 down to 20 again. And that, whilst it may be because of manipulation, it wasn't for free. When it comes to things like borrow fees, when it comes to the amount of shares that they have had to short, and of course there is running the risk of possible illegal behaviour which people are assuming is going on behind the scenes as far as manipulation is concerned. And when we tie all of these things together, yes, we are apparently the dumb money. But guess what? If we are so dumb that we just sit there and hold forever, or at least until we get their MOAS, what is going to be the hedgies tactic? Because I think if this one was to start running down to $5, $10, people must start questioning this one, because with a shareholding, from retail at least, of about 4 to 5 million apes, why is the price even dropping down to 20? But if it was to drop down to 15, 10, $5, even if they were to drop the price to $1 or $2, of course we would all say bring it on and buy more, but that would just look quite shady in my opinion. So where this one ends, I am not sure, but one thing that I know is I am not short on AMC, so it's not my problem to work out. Anyway, now I want to go on to have a look at what we are seeing with the price of AMC in a little bit of detail, not too much, and speak about what I'm expecting into tomorrow. So the S&P is what we've got on chart right now. I spoke about this in an earlier video a while ago, and I said the prices across the board have been falling. S&P down today, same can be said for a lot of the major US indices. So when we see an AMC, especially with all the manipulation that is alleged to be going on behind the scenes, I think the price action that we're seeing for our stock is not too bad. Anyway, coming back into our stock specifically, we're going to have a look at the chart. You guys will know that we are down by about 11% on the one day, and coming into after hours so far, we are up, but not by anything noticeable really, but I just want to highlight the pattern that we are seeing with AMC. Well, as far as our levels of support and resistance come, we obviously want to find a support which is going to be around our previous one, which was down around about 21, coming close to the high $20 mark. Now, as I have said, I'm not going to bring up the chart in detail because I don't think it matters too much, but I think it is important just to highlight the general trend and where we could be seeing that support and resistance level. Now, it is entirely possible that we could push below that level, as perhaps the hedgies are going for new lows, and at that point, are we scared? Well, probably not, but I think it is something that we should have mentally prepared for, basically, in the eventuality that it may come up. So going forwards into tomorrow, am I expecting a green day? Probably not. Am I too bothered? Also, definitely not. If the price drops, then the price drops. As I have said, guys, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but for me and myself only, I actually have some money on the side, ready for if this one drops much lower. Now, as I said, do not follow me, as this is only my opinion, but yes, when it comes into the next few days with this one, I'm expecting it to potentially get rougher, and I have said that before. I said when we came up from the drop at 20 coming up to about 30, I said, this looks wonderful, we're up 20% on the day, but it's highly likely that this is the end of it. And this still could be true. We still could be looking to drop to 19, 15, lower even than that. But as we have seen with Volkswagen in the past, it can also be the case that before the actual MOAS does happen, they're going to try drop this one as low as possible to scare people out, but also possibly, and again, this is all alleged, but possibly to make it cheaper to cover at. Now, like I said, all my opinions in this video, nothing more, but I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, of course, smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll be back to see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening or night. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen, you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously, it is split into multiple sections. Basically, at the top, we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs, and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well. And we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down, you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.